what we need to do now is go to the erase tool and start erasing. Okay, let's go to layer copy 4 for a minute because I know it's this one. Oh, erased a bit too much there. Let's do an undo. There we go. Right, so I'm going to erase a little bit more of the corners, which is layer 1. Right, so we get that there. Right, let's move the layer 1 now up a bit. There we go. I'm happy with that. And then we'll zoom out, so go across, and you can do the same with that. So now we can just duplicate this layer. So it's layer 1, right click, duplicate layer, OK, drag him over and rotate him to suit. Okay, so let's have a look, chuck him over there like that, and then we're just using the cursor keys, align it, and there we go, we've got ourselves a corner. Alright, I know what you're going to say, but what about these edges? Right, let's clean them up. What we need to do now is select layer 1, then shift, select all the layer 1s that you've got there, right click and merge layers. Okay, now we've got the merge layers, we can use the clone tool. So select that and the clone stamp tool. Right, so we need to change the size of the brush by right clicking and set it to about 29, 30, whichever tickles your fancy. Okay, click the Alt button because we want to copy from there now, and we want to put it over here. Right, let's just change the occupancy. It's 45 at the moment, so change that to about 100, and there we go. There we are, there's that. Like, change, press an Alt now because I want to copy from there, and then we can just go over it basically. Go over the bits you don't want. It's just totally, you know, the more you put into this, obviously the much better your map's going to be looking. So it's just totally totally down to how much time you've got on your hands, how much time you want to spend doing this really. It can take days, it can take weeks, it's just totally your choice. And there we are, that's a sort of junction there for a minute. Let's get rid of that little bit there. And let's zoom out and take a look at that. You can still see a bit of a line there, but we can clone that out using the same principles. You can draw your own lines in if you want there, and that's basically how to start making roads. And do that a couple of thousand times going around the block and you should get a complete set of roads to your local area. Another thing to show you now will be how to get, well, say now you've got the roads all completed. Another thing to show you now is how to get the grass. You want the grass texture? Let's get a grass texture. Right, there's a bit of grass up here, so we need the selection tool. Let's select that bit of grass there. In fact, no, I'll select it there. Well, okay, and we need to go to filter, pattern maker. Okay, then we got the selection there, and let's generate. There we go, there's a bit of grass there now. I don't like that, so we generate again. No, we won't use image size. Cancel that second. So look, pattern maker, then generate. Oh, sorry, we'll have that for a minute. Let's generate again just to see. I'm not 100% happy about that, but let's make that a bit wider. Generate again. Oh, I'm alright with that. I'm happy with that. Now we've generated a few, and you know, you can just flick through what was here and then select which one you like the best, really. So once you get the best one you like, select that save button there and say my grass 1, and okay, cancel that and minimize that window. Now we need to go to the pattern stamp tool. Let's zoom into down by our road. Okay, we need to make a new layer. Oops, sorry, wrong one. So it's layer, new layer, oops, layer 1, or I'm going to name it grass. Okay, right, if you scroll up and zoom in to where we going to be by the road, and now we go to select from this pattern up here my grass 1, which should be that one. There we are, hover over it, my grass 1. Okay, right, that's selected, so let's make that a bit bigger now and basically start spraying. Oh, let's set the occupancy and the flow a bit higher than that because we want it high at the moment. Okay, and it's now just literally start spray painting. Okay, let's make the brush a bit bigger. There we are, that's better. And there's your grass. Now you're thinking, he's just sprayed over that bloody road I made. That's not quite true, because what is, the grass is above the layer of the road, so we need to select that layer and bring it down, and there's your road. Now obviously you can do this all the way over, but you don't want to be, you know, you need to do the road first, obviously, because you can see the Google picture, but then literally spray it up everywhere, man. Right, so for instance, now say you could do the same principles with a rougher texture grass in the pattern maker. Let's right click. I want the hardness now and to 0. Bring that down a bit. Let's have a rough patch of grass over here. Okay, so it doesn't really matter how it goes on. There we are, happy days. And I want to feather the edge into that now, so change that to about 45% ish, and let's zoom into that area there, and we'll just feather it in a bit, so it's not going straight from rough onto smoother grass, it's sort of like blending into each other. And there we go. So again, I've got a couple of patterns here already set up, but all the patterns were obtained by using the same process as we got my grass. Select that pattern and we'll do the same there now. I'm going to set the occupancy a bit higher, that a bit lower. I pretend now we're going to make a bit of a dirt track coming up here in a moment now. Select that again. This should be sandy looking. There we are. There we are, a bit of a dirt track coming up there with the pattern maker. And we've got some boulders here now. I'm going to use that one actually. So we're going to zoom in. And what I'm going to do is, if I right click, lower the size of that, and put a bit of some rocks basically. So we're going to set the occupancy down a little bit more, so it looks as if the rocks are just pushing through the sandy bits. And by zooming out you can take